Here with Jimmy Corderas coming out of the WWE's Royal Rumble event. My goodness, Jimmy, what a show. I think we're only going to be talking about two matches on this particular show.
Yeah.
Kind of the best and the worst that they could have presented for you. Let's start off with the best, which was the three-way involving Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, and John Cena. I believe one of the best three-ways the WWE has ever put together. That style of match, I think you can go a very short list of matches. It was a match of the year candidate. I don't think you could have put this match structurally any better than they did.
I think it made perfect sense. And again, I go back to last year's WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar ending the streak. Going into this year's WrestleMania, he had to look like a monster for the next guy who's going to defeat him and become the one to defeat the 1 in 21-1. Boy, that was tough to say. That was
Tough for a t-shirt.
Yeah, I know, especially almost like a Roman Reigns promo. But anyways, it made perfect sense. Brock looked like a beast, but the other guys didn't look bad either. John Cena didn't look bad. Seth Rollins looked like $1 million and looked like he belongs in a main event picture. So it's
if you weren't sold enough on Seth Rollins, that was Rollins' own Triple H, Mick Foley moment from the Rumble in 2000, where people were gravitating towards Hunter. That was the program. That was the match that cemented him as a top guy. That's what I took away with Rollins. But to me, Brock Lesnar was the star of this match.
Yeah.
How you could tell any audience member that this guy might be leaving after watching that. I mean, this guy is, when he is used effectively, and he was used effectively on Sunday night, he brings such an incredible presence to his matches, and it was just at a different level. The crowd loved this. It was tremendous.
It's amazing when you talk about star power, the kind of star power that he has. And Vince is going to be in a tough spot, and the whole company is going to be in a tough spot about signing him back.
We go to the Royal Rumble match, and this was certainly the bone of contention for many fans. It really came down to two people that could win this match, Roman Reigns, and then you had a chance with Daniel Bryan after he announced he was coming back. Then there were a lot of stories circulating, the WWE even teasing it earlier in the night that The Rock was in the building. Would he play a factor into the match? He wasn't in the Rumble, would come in afterwards. Roman Reigns gets the win, but it took a nosedive. After Bryan was eliminated, the crowd knew who was winning this match, and for 40 minutes, they just turned on everything.
I know, and I understand that, and I get the frustration amongst the fans. Their guy is Daniel Bryan. That's the guy they want to win, and they obviously voiced their frustration last night. The problem I have is in the way they voice this frustration. There's a way to do it respectfully, and this screams to me of, I'm going to say it, whiny crybaby stuff, because, listen, I didn't get my way. I didn't get the toy I wanted for Christmas. I'm going to whine, complain, stomp my feet. Listen, there were like 29 other guys in the match, and you didn't give a rat's you-know-what about them. You just focused on what you wanted. You know what I mean? And that is not fair to the guys in the match.
I will say that there's certainly merit to that. I also looked at this match and some of the decisions they made. First of all, you can certainly question Daniel Bryan even coming back this early when you knew he was not going to be the focus of this match. Second, there were instances where even as small as Mizdow coming in that got the crowd momentarily into it, something you could have sensed based on the reactions, boom, he's thrown out instantly. Ziggler, same deal, comes in and dives into a knockout punch, throwing out like garbage out of the boat. I mean, there were certain things that were done. I would have saved Bubba Ray for later on in the match, doing little things to try and get this crowd back, because that was a reaction you could have seen going into this. And I just think the way they structured the match didn't do themselves a whole lot of favors. But to that point, I think that you are right that I think the fans are really going to piggyback on what happened last year. The crowd, the WWE's kind of popularized it of being part of the show, and I think you're going to see a lot of that.
It's going to be an ongoing thing every year. It's going to be who's going to get Batista this year in the Royal Rumble. It's going to be kind of like the cool kid thing to do.
Can't give this show a thumbs up nor a thumbs down because of the two matches that we just mentioned. It's solid in the middle, but that three-way match, incredible. Go out of your way to see it.
Yeah.
For Jimmy Corderas, I'm John Pollock, and we have more coming your way. Stay tuned.